Hi, welcome to Priele. I'm Steven. Today we're going to see how to assemble a Lugano 30 and 36 vanity set. If you purchase one of our units, usually you will receive several boxes. A cabinet, a sink, a plumbing kit where you'll find your faucet, and a mirror. If we were to ship these to you, you may receive less than 4 boxes since we repack them to protect their contents. Please check all the boxes to make sure you receive everything you need to start the assembly. Let's move on to the next step. As you unpack the vanity set, make sure you don't scratch the wood with the tools you're using to open the box. After you remove the vanity set from the box, you're going to find the main cabinet, the side legs, and the front panel. First step, we're going to remove the drawers. To attach the legs, we need to remove both drawers. Open the drawer and the railings will be exposed. Inside the railing, there is a lever on each side. These levers need to be unlocked at the same time. One moves up, the other one moves down. This unlocks the drawer and you can simply pull it out. We'll repeat these steps with the lower drawer. I want to remark that when you open all the boxes and take the contents of the vanity set, there may be a small box with screws. Make sure you do not discard any of the packing until you finish assembling the vanity set. We're going to proceed to assemble the legs. They come with pre-drilled holes to insert screws that we will use in the next step. These 2 holes need to be towards the front of the cabinet. We're going to mount the legs on the side. Now, using the screws provided in the box, fasten the legs. We already installed the screws that will hold the front panel. Mount the front panel, and after these steps we are going to do a quarter turn on these screws to hold it in place. We have already installed the other 2 screws on the opposite legs. Complete this step if you haven't done it yet. Mount the legs on the other side. Do a quarter of a turn to hold the panel in place. Now you can mount 4 screws to attach this side panel. 1, 2, 3, and 4. To mount the sink, you need to insert 4 metal pins in the pre-drilled holes at the end of the legs. Now you can mount the sink. First, use the hexagonal tool to loosen up the security pins. After that, you can just mount the sink, inserting each corner in the pins. Tighten the security pins to keep the glass in place. To the left of the screen, you can see 2 flexible hoses for hot and cold water. Also, you will find a faucet with an O-ring, a metal bracket with a matching rubber joint, and screws and bolts to mount it to the vanity set. Included is a pop-up with tailpipe followed by a P-trap and waste pipe. Your vanity requires an overflown flexible hose and cap. In this step, we will install to the faucet 2 flexible hoses, the rubber O-ring, and 2 mounting screws. Notice that the screws have a Phillips head to make a final adjustment. Thread the flexible hoses one at a time through the faucet hole. Insert the rubber joint to make contact with the glass. After, mount the metal bracket. Then, using the bolts, fasten the faucet. The overflown cap has 2 components and 2 rubber seals. Insert the first cap through the hole with one of the rubber seals. Then, through the back of the sink, mount the second rubber seal and screw in the connector. Make sure that the connector is straight facing down to the front of the vanity as shown in the video. The pop-up comes from the factory with 2 silicone rings and a brass nut to fasten. Simply insert the pop-up with a smaller ring, making contact with the glass. Now use the second silicone ring with the edge facing up and making contact with the glass, and tighten with a brass nut. After securely tightening the pop-up, make sure to install the tailpipe facing the overflow cap. This way you can make a direct installation of the flexible hose. Connect first the aluminum flexible hose to the overflow cap. After, attach it to the tailpipe. The P-trap needs to be overlapped at least 1.5 inches with the tailpipe. We have already mounted a screw that comes in the P-trap and a sealant to the tailpipe. After this, just simply slide down to the position you want to install the P-trap, move the position overlapping with the tailpipe and screw it in tightly. After the plumbing, we can install the drawers. First, remove the handles from the inside and install them on the outside. Then the narrow drawer installs in the upper bracket and the bigger one below. The drawer bracket has to slide in the inner guide of the railing installing the cabinet. Both need to be pushed and installed at the same time. Once you push it all the way in smoothly, you will hear a click. After you pull it out to test, you will see a railing coming out. This is normal. Once you find that the bottom drawer is smooth, you can proceed to install the upper drawer. Hi, we're going to review how to install a mirror. It mounts center on top of the shelf on the wall. Measure from the bottom of the mirror to the upper side of the bracket. Take into consideration that the center of the bracket is offset about 1/2 inch from the edge of the mirror. Make these measurements precisely. Leave a space of 1 or 2 inches above the shelf. From here, go straight up and in to install the first screw. After you install the first screw, measure the exact distance between the center of both brackets in the mirror. This will be the exact distance between both screws. Use a level to have both screws straight and install the second screw according to your measurement. After this step, you are ready to install the mirror. This is the end of your assembly.